Hello everyone and welcome to We Learn Legal. We are going to read about fundamental duties. अब आप इस इंट्रो को स्किप करो, उससे पहले ये देख लेना बेटा कि क्लैट 2025 में अबाउट 5 क्वेश्चंस मैं स्क्रीन पे आपके लगा दूंगी, आप देखना ये सारे के सारे फंडामेंटल ड्यूटीज से ही आए हैं। सो किसी ने शायद सोचा भी नहीं होगा कि फंडामेंटल ड्यूटीज जैसे छोटे से चैप्टर से पूरा का पूरा एक पैसेज और 4 से 5 क्वेश्चंस क्लैट अपने एग्जाम में पूछ लेगा। तो इसीलिए इस चैप्टर को अच्छे से आपको करके जाना होगा। यहाँ पे इस क्लास में इसको पूरे डिटेल में मैंने कवर किया है एंड इन फैक्ट ये सारे के सारे क्वेश्चंस जो क्लैट 2025 में आए थे वो इस क्लास में लास्ट ईयर ही मैंने कवर कर दिए थे। सो जिन बच्चों ने इस क्लास को अटेंड करके क्लैट का पेपर दिया था उनको ये सारे क्वेश्चंस ऑलरेडी आते थे। सो आई होप कि आप इन क्लासेस की वैल्यू समझ रहे हैं एंड नाउ यू कैन गेट स्टार्टेड वाचिंग दिस क्लास। इफ यू हैव एनी डाउट यू कैन जॉइन मी इन माय व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप, द लिंक इज देयर इन द डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स बिलो एंड वहां पे आपको आपके जैसे बहुत सारे फेलो एस्पिरेंट्स मिलेंगे जो ऑलरेडी उस ग्रुप के डाउट सॉल्विंग की, करंट अफेयर्स की और बहुत सारे रिसोर्सेज का फायदा ऑलरेडी उठा रहे हैं। You can also be one of them. So do join that and now let's get started with the class.
Let's start with fundamental duties quickly बच्चों. Tell me, do you all understand the concept of fundamental rights? जरा मुझे बताओ, तुम लोग की तो मुझे अभी कुछ बोलो यार, तुमने कब से कुछ बोला नहीं, मैंने सुना नहीं तुम लोगों को कब से। So fundamental rights का concept you remember now? Good, ठीक है। तो जरा quickly मुझे बताओ, fundamental rights were in which part of the constitution? Part number 3. शाबाश, ठीक है। अच्छा, if anybody remembers, can you tell me the articles? कौन से आर्टिकल से थे? आर्टिकल्स
12 to 35.
शाबाश, क्या बात है भाविका, आज तो बिल्कुल नाइट्रो बूस्ट लगा के बैठी हो। ठीक है, वेरी गुड, ठीक है। नेक्स्ट वाज डायरेक्टिव प्रिंसिपल्स ऑफ स्टेट पॉलिसी। इसका पार्ट क्या था? कैन एनीवन टेल मी? इट वाज पार्ट, राइट आफ्टर इट वाज 4। शाबाश। एंड आर्टिकल्स, व्हिच वर द आर्टिकल्स इन दिस? जस्ट आफ्टर दिस टू 51। चलो मैं हेल्प कर देती हूँ, ठीक है, 51, ठीक है, वेरी गुड। नाउ आई विल हैव टू टेल यू दैट इसके बाद एक चैप्टर आता है दैट इज ऑफ सिटीजनशिप, ओके, एंड सिटीजनशिप कम्स इन पार्ट 5 ऑफ द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन। बट बच्चों, बिटवीन द पार्ट 4 दैट इज डीपीएसपी एंड पार्ट 5 सिटीजनशिप कम्स फंडामेंटल ड्यूटीज। तो कैन एनीवन टेल मी देन व्हाट वुड बी द नंबर ऑफ दिस पार्ट? 4 तो पहले चला गया, 5 अभी यहाँ आ गया, तो इसका क्या हो सकता है?
51A.
हाँ, मतलब आर्टिकल इज 51A। वेरी गुड। पार्ट कौन सा होगा? एंड चरित्रा, वेलकम इन द क्लास बेटा, आई होप यू आर डूइंग गुड, आई एम सो हैप्पी टू हैव यू हियर टुडे, सच में। हाउ इज योर हेल्थ अभी?
Okay, ma'am.
चलो गुड। तो just calm down and just try to just enjoy the class, okay, not take any pressure for that matter. हाँ, so article तो इसका बच्चों सही बताया चरित्रा ने, which is 51A. What would be the number of the part? If it is not 4, if it cannot be 5, then what do you think can it be? Part? क्या? 3 तो fundamental rights हो गया। हाँ, very good. Samriddhi, you said part 4A. ठीक है, so remember, like for example, we had article, yes, so it was added through amendment, okay, like let's take an example, there is article 20, article 21 and 22, but इसके बीच में हमने RTE जो right to education था उसको डाला ना, तो that was 21A, है ना? So similarly, when you have to insert anything between 2 parts or articles, it is done by the means of amendment and a capital alphabet is added. मैंने बताया था ना कि एक capital A जो है, A, B, C, however it is, वो ऐड कर दिया जाता है। नाउ who would like to tell and explain to me that what according to you is a fundamental duty? What do you think? नहीं सिराज, I cannot hear you. एक बार reconnect करने का try करना बेटा। हाँ भाविका, go ahead. What do you think is a fundamental duty?
Ma'am, these are our duties as a citizens.
Very good. Okay. So our duties as a citizen. This is a very key word that you have used actually, क्योंकि which is true. Fundamental duties are applicable on citizens only. Non-citizens को fundamental duties नहीं करनी होती. Yes, Samriddhi, go ahead. What do you think is a fundamental duty?
Duty of every citizen to abide by the Constitution.
Very good. Basically, so like if we say the duty, and what is this? Is this duty for? To abide by the Constitution. Very good. Yes, Niharika?
As we enjoy the rights, we also have certain duties to follow to maintain the peace and maintain the balance.
Very good. So fundamental duties are a balancing side of the rights, है ना? Because when we enjoy rights, there are also some duties that we must fulfill. Okay? So they are all in a cycle. Like if I have a duty, It is my duty because you have a right. If you have a right, you must also have some duty towards me, है ना? देखो क्या होता है फंडामेंटल राइट्स की जब हम बच्चों बात करते हैं. So fundamental rights, what happens in fundamental rights? That you enjoy some rights, being the citizens or being a person that you're living in a country. Does that mean that all you have to do is just enjoy? आपकी खुद की कोई जिम्मेदारी नहीं है? That's not the thing, है ना? So then, to make sure that you are able to enjoy your rights, somebody has to fulfill their duty, right? So rights and duties go hand in hand. इसलिए बोलते हैं बच्चों that rights and duties are the two sides of the same coin. क्योंकि दोनों ही crucial हैं, दोनों ही important हैं. Got it? Now in the upcoming discussion, we will see what all fundamental duties do we have, and is it compulsory? Achha, how many of you think that it is compulsory to fulfill the fundamental duties?
No.
Okay, so Niharika, you think it is compulsory, or you want to say anything?
Ma'am, I was going to say कि मेरा net नहीं चल रहा, that's why my video is off.
अच्छा ठीक है, no problem. So I think most
Also, what were you asking? क्या question था?
the question is that do you think that it is compulsory to fulfill the fundamental duties?
It is suggested to, but compulsory
Okay.
तो I don't know.
So this is
नहीं
a very
होगा.
good. So this is very good, बच्चों. I am very
Because
glad
it's
that
not
you have that.
enforceable in the law of courts.
Yes. So the thing is that generally fundamental duties are not enforceable in the law of courts. Okay, generally. But there is one exceptional case which we will read about in the upcoming slides that can make a particular fundamental duty as enforceable. देखो अच्छा एक बात मुझे बताओ. Till now, does anyone have problem understanding enforceable in the court of law का meaning? क्या meaning है इसका? पता है ना बच्चों? जरा मुझे अच्छा एक बार बताना, तो मैं देखती हूँ पता है कितना पता है तुम्हें.
Practice a court of law.
Yes. So basically, can you tell me fundamental rights are enforceable in the court of law or not?
Yes.
Yes.
Fundamental rights.
Yes.
Yes. Very good, Samriddhi. You have also given the right answer. Okay. Directive principles of state policy, are they enforceable in the court of law or not?
No.
Very good. They
No.
are, So now you understand that by enforceability in the law of court, it simply means that if somebody is trying to take away that particular thing from you, can you or can you not go to the court and claim that as a matter of right? So भैया fundamental right को तो बिल्कुल you can. And which article was it बच्चों which helped us to go to directly the Supreme Court?
32.
Shabash. Yes. It was article, yes, Samriddhi, yes, Siraj, very good. Article 32, which gives us the power to directly move the Supreme Court in case somebody is taking away our fundamental rights. And directive principles, they are very good guidelines and everything, but you cannot ask for them in the court. Similarly, bachcho, when we come to the fundamental duties, it is very good that you should follow the fundamental duties, but they are not compulsory to be followed. Now, it doesn't mean कि आप उसका उल्टा कर सकते हो, है ना? कि भाई मैं तो follow भी नहीं करूँगा, now I'll cause violence also. That is also not allowed. Okay? But nobody can claim as think, कि this is your fundamental duty, तो आपको करनी ही करनी पड़ेगी. So they cannot be a compulsion. But yes, it is suggested that you follow these fundamental duties. Okay? Now, let's quickly move into the chapter and understand what the Constitution says about the fundamental duties. So, सबसे पहले let's understand that जब हम बोलते हैं that fundamental duties are in Part 4A. By Part 4A, we simply understand that they were not a part of the original Constitution, right? It means that they were added through the process of what? The process of amendment.
Amendment.
Very good. But what do you think was the need? कि भाई 1950 में आराम से very nice constitution was already there. But what was the need that we came to a later stage and thought that nahi yaar, we should have fundamental duties, and then they were actually specially added through the act of amendment and was made as part 4A. So what do you think बच्चों कि क्या इसमें वैसे लिखा नहीं है स्क्रीन पे, ठीक है? With your general common sense, what do you think would be the need of this?
1975 emergency.
But ये उसके वैसे हो सकता है. Yes, so Samriddhi has said that one can't only enjoy rights, they should be responsible also. Very good. This is a very valid thing कि भाई, if we are giving you so many fundamental rights and everything, so you should also have some responsibilities and answerability for that matter, right? Anything else? किसी और के दिमाग में कुछ और आ रहा है? या फिर let me remold the question. 1950, so listen to me carefully, okay? 1950 was the time when our constitution was enforced. You all agree with this? And what was the date?
Yes.
26 Jan.
Shabash. So it was 26 January. Okay? Yes, very good, Samriddhi. So 26 January 1950 was the date when the constitution was enforced. Right? Pehle, just tell me this much. फंडामेंटल राइट्स, वर दे पार्ट ऑफ द ओरिजिनल कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन या इनको भी बाद में ऐड किया था, और वर दे ऑलरेडी देयर इन द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ओरिजिनली?
Original.
Yes.
Part of.
Yes, very good. ठीक है, तो on this very date itself, fundamental rights were already a part. देखो इसको ना, just understand the logic. Once you understand the logic, you're never going to do any mistake. है ना? So 1950 में we got the constitution. Fundamental rights were already a part of the original constitution. ठीक है? But then later on, after approximately 26 years, in the year 1976, an amendment was done, and through this, fundamental duties were added. Now, let me ask you the question that why do you think a gap of about 26 years was taken between giving the rights and imposing the duties on the citizens? तो ये 26 साल का gap क्यों रहा होगा? What do you think? Yes, Bhavika, बताओ.
And my answer is same because of 1975 emergency, national emergency. Because of that is the reason fundamental duties assign हुई थी.
ठीक है, एक हो सकता है भाई कि मतलब जब हमारा 1975 में we had to face the emergency, then at that time we understood that if we told people about their duties, they will be more responsible towards the citizen, towards the society. चलो, one logic can be this.
इसमें और भी ऐड हुआ था ना प्रीएम्बल में सोशलिस्ट.
हाँ, वो भी ऐड हुआ था, तो थोड़ा हमने अपने कैरेक्टर को, अपने कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन के कैरेक्टर को भी स्ट्रेंथन द कैरेक्टर ऑफ अ कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन, राइट? अच्छा, Samriddhi saying maybe would be analyzing that if only rights are sufficient and how they work. Acha, that in the beginning we just wanted to see that how these rights are working, and then later on we gave them duties to fulfill. Is it? Yes, I think it's quite a right explanation added to Bhavika's explanation. देखो बच्चों, 1950 का time, just remember, try to understand how India was उस time पे, है ना? We were so fragile. The situation was not good. Citizens were, they were dying of hunger. हाँ, so बहुत issues थे. The society was not strong at all. Just imagine if at that time also we would have given them कि भाई duty भी fulfill करनी पड़ेगी. Do you think they were in the situation to fulfill duties? They were not. है ना? बिल्कुल simple सी बात है बेटा. जब कोई भूखा होता है ना, तो पहले खुद ही खाएगा. ठीक है? First he will eat for himself, and then if there is something extra, then he'll be able to give to somebody else. Unless वो बहुत ही अच्छा इंसान. Getting? So that is why the time of 1950 or the time of independence, and today bachcho is Independence Day, so let's memorize that time, that India was in a very weak situation economically, agriculturally, food wise, health wise, politically, socially, educationally, in many aspects, right? So it was understood that firstly we need to strengthen the people. पहले हम इनको power देना चाहते हैं by giving these fundamental rights, and then after a time of approximately 26 years, when the society became educated, strong, politically, socially, culturally, economically, then we came to an idea that yes, now people are in good enough situation, they can fulfill some duties, और इसीलिए हमें इनकी कुछ fundamental duties भी set करनी चाहिए. Now do you understand the logic? Right? And if at all you ever forget the time of the adding of fundamental duties, just have to do this. 1950, the constitution came. It was on 26 January, so it will be simple as 1950 plus 26, it will be 1976. Simple as that. ठीक है, कभी नहीं भूलोगे. अब यहाँ पे लॉजिक आया समझ में सबको? So basically what happened was that in 1976, एक committee बनाई गई. There was a committee. Committee basically is nothing but a group discussion happened, and that was named as Swaran Singh Committee. Always the person who will lead a group discussion or a research thing will be named, the committee will be named after his name, okay? तो स्वरण सिंह एक थे, उन्होंने उनके नाम पे कमेटी बनाई गई, स्वरण सिंह कमेटी. They suggested that we should now add fundamental duties in the constitution. Okay, and then on this recommendation, quickly through 42nd Amendment 1976, 10 fundamental duties were added to the constitution under Article 51A. देखो, just remember, क्योंकि amendment के through आए हैं, so this is here, and part is also part 4A. ठीक है, तो 42nd Amendment 1976 इसको ऐड किया गया, and originally we only had 10 fundamental duties, and later on in the year 2002, 86th Amendment, it added the 11th fundamental duty. Can anyone, I will right away give you a token of 51 rupees as a luck, as a good luck from my side, if anybody can tell me कि ये 11th fundamental duty जो है, actual में it is also one of the fundamental rights, and it was added exactly through the same amendment and made a new fundamental right in the chapter of part 3. Part 3 में यानी एक नया fundamental right add हुआ था through 86th amendment to 2002. What was it?
21A.
Right to education.
Yes, Bhavika. Yes. ये दूसरा किसी चरित्रा ने आंसर दिया क्या दोबारा?
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. And yes, Samriddhi has also given the right answer. But the fastest finger first was Bhavika. And yes, it was Shabash Bhavika. Right to education. तो सिंपल सी बात है. Right to education provides the right to get education. किस एज ग्रुप के लिए? 6 to 14 years. So like this, if it is my right as a child to study, then will it not be my parents' duty to make me study? सोचो, भाई मेरा राइट है तो किसी की ड्यूटी होगी. तो जब इसको आरटीई बनाया गया, when right to education was added, we understood that भाई if we really wanted to get implemented, we have to make it the duty of parents to educate the child. बच्चा तो सिर्फ बोल सकता है कि भाई मेरा राइट है, मुझे पढ़ाओ, पर पढ़ाना तो पेरेंट को पड़ेगा ना, बिकॉज वो छोटा है, 6 से 14 साल का है. Getting? So this is how the relation of rights and duties works. So Bhavika, I am right away. कौन से नंबर पे भेजूं तुम्हारे में? I'll send you 51 rupees. आज क्या बात है? Everybody, please put your hands together. भाविका ने, I was not expecting कि आप लोग आंसर इतनी अच्छी से easily दे पाओगे. But yes, the correct answer.
क्योंकि एक ही वही एक मतलब एक्ट है जो आया, मतलब अमेंडमेंट है वो जो आया है फंडामेंटल.
That is also true. भाविका ये वाला है ना 57996
हाँ.
लास्ट में. तो अब आया समझ में कि 86th amendment के थ्रू 11th fundamental duty was added, which is actually corresponding to another fundamental right. Because if it is a right of children to study, it is the duty of his parents to make him study. I hope you understand it like this. Okay? Now, are fundamental duties enforceable? You already have given the answer no, which means that these are suggestive. It is very good that you should follow them, but you cannot go and claim them in the court कि भाई ये अपनी fundamental duty fulfill नहीं कर रहा है, ठीक है? But there are some situations like this that can they be made enforceable. See, naturally, originally they are not enforceable, but yes, they can be made enforceable. How? By the act of the parliament. मैं आपको example दूंगी once we will be reading the fundamental duties. Till here, any confusion with anyone?
No, ma'am.
No, Pakka? All right. And except for Charitra and Niharika, I would request you guys to please switch on your camera so that I can look at you. I can only see Bhavika right now. Chalo. So, बच्चों, ये है हमारी fundamental duties. 9 are on this page and these are 10 and 11. And let's now see that which all duties, और ये भी देखना पड़ेगा, let's discuss which all duties do you fulfill or do I fulfill also. ठीक है, let's see. So first duty, I would want each one of you to read and then explain. So Bhavika, please read the first fundamental duty and explain whatever you understood from this. And read loudly and clearly, okay?
Abide by the Indian Constitution and respect its ideal and institutions, the national flag and national anthem. हम यही बोल रहे हैं कि आप अपने कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन से हमें ये सीखा है रिस्पेक्ट करना चाहिए अपने नेशनल फ्लैग और एंथम को.
Very good. I think it's one of the best days to talk about this. Happy Independence Day बच्चों. इसमें व्हाइट कलर आता ही नहीं है क्या? चलो मैं ब्लू से लिख देती हूँ.
Why happy?
Happy Independence Day. So yes, so it says that we should abide by the Indian Constitution. मतलब we should follow the Constitution that has been written for us. And we should respect whatever is there and whatever institutions that we have. We have the parliament, we have the judiciary, all of these things. We should also give respect to our national flag and also national anthem. How many of you remember national anthem by heart? याद है? कौन सा है national anthem वैसे? Which one is national anthem?
Jana Gana Mana.
Very good. And national song कौन सा है फिर?
Vande Mataram.
Yes. ठीक है, तो इसमें please confuse मत होना. National anthem is Jana Gana Mana and national song is Vande Mataram. ठीक है? तो पहला आया समझ में? क्या?
आप स्कूल स्टूडेंट से ये पूछ रहे हो, आपने गलत सवाल पूछ दिया. स्कूल स्टूडेंट से पूछ रहे हो, सबको याद ही रहेगा.
अरे फिर भी कभी कंफ्यूजन हो जाता है, सो इसीलिए. ठीक है, नेक्स्ट हु वुड लाइक टू गो एंड रीड नेक्स्ट? निहारिका, कैन यू रीड द सेकंड वन एंड एक्सप्लेन क्या मीनिंग हो सकता है इस ड्यूटी का? ये वाला.
Follow the noble ideals and inspired the national struggle for the freedom. मतलब मैम हम लोग का जो भी नेशनल स्ट्रगल था जिसमें मतलब हमारा फ्रीडम फाइट
Okay, I think she got dropped out. All right. So basically, what is it saying? To cherish and follow the noble ideals that inspired the national struggle for freedom. So all those freedom fighters who gave away their life, or who, worked so hard for getting, making us India. I mean, this is such a good day to, go through this chapter. I think आज बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है मुझे independence. Finally, I'm feeling like Independence Day today. है ना? So that national freedom struggle जो थी ना, उसको हमें याद रखना चाहिए. And we should always respect that independence was not easy बच्चों. आज जो हमें 10 मिनट के लिए भी घर वाले बाहर निकलने के लिए भी मना कर देते हैं तो हमें गुस्सा आ जाता है ना कि मेरी कोई प्राइवेसी नहीं है क्या, मेरी अपनी कोई फ्रीडम नहीं है क्या, मेरी कोई लाइफ नहीं है क्या. There have been thousands of freedom strugglers who have fought for this day. Okay, so always beta, always cherish them, respect them. See, there can be different opinions. Many might like Gandhi, many might not like Gandhi, many might like Jinnah. There can be so many, perceptions to that. But in some or the other way, they all had their own kind of contribution in the freedom struggle. Okay, so we should pay respect and heed to that. Okay, all right. Who would like to go and read next? Samriddhi, would you like to read third one and explain to us?
Hold and protect the sovereignty, unity, and integrity of India.
Very good.
So it that we should protect the supreme power of India, and also we should keep India united. That's it.
Very good. Yeah. So it is simple as that. And these words, bachon, they are there in the. Where else can you find these
Preamble.
words? Very good. In the preamble. तो तुम लोग ने ऐसा लगा है कि घोट के ना पी गए हो ऐसा लग रहा है मुझे, क्योंकि anytime I ask a question from this, you always remember the preamble, which is absolutely correct. So sovereignty, unity, and integrity. Acha, tell me one thing. Out of these three words, one was added through the amendment. Which one was it?
Integrity.
Secularism.
हाँ, मतलब इनमें से अभी तो सेक्युलरिज्म लिखा नहीं है, बट इसमें से इंटेग्रिटी वर्ड है. ठीक है. एंड इट वाज 42nd अमेंडमेंट 1976. शाबाश. तो आई थिंक तुम लोगों का सबसे स्ट्रॉन्ग अब तक ना प्रियम्बल ही आता है मुझे लग रहा है ना. वहां के क्वेश्चन में कभी गलती नहीं करते हो तुम. Right. So uphold, protect the sovereignty, unity, and integrity of India. It means that India being a supreme power in its own, which means that India will not be bogged down by any international pressure or whatsoever, and India has its own, power on its own decisions. That. And unity. We will be a United Nations, all the states, all the union territories, all the people will be united, they'll stay together. And integrity, which means that ultimately we'll be bound by one system, one constitution, and we'll be a part of one complete nation. Okay, that is sovereignty, unity, and integrity. Acha, who would like to go and explain the fourth one? Siraj, aap kar sakte ho? Can you give it a try?
Ma'am, can I
Of course, Charitra, please, go ahead.
defend the country and render national service when called upon to do so? Means in any situation like wars or calamities, natural deaths, तो सब में सबको एक साथ यूनिटी होकर काम करना पड़ेगा. वो टाइम में नेशनलिटी का जेंडर कुछ भी नहीं देखना पड़ेगा.
Very good. So वैसे तो इंडिया में हम लकी हैं that we just can't be like this called upon to fight a war or something. But if the need comes so, then we should be ready to defend our country. And अगर हमें national service में किसी भी situation में, if it is the need of the hour that we have to take care of the country, defend the country, and fight on the forefront or whatsoever, then it will be our fundamental duty to do so. Acha, let me ask you a question. How many of you have watched the movie Uri, the Surgical Strike? Anyone? Because it was a very famous movie. Acha, wait. So basically what happens is that Uri was one movie that, okay, Charitra has watched. Okay. So Uri में क्या होता है कि these, like the Indian army, they had to go on a mission. ठीक है? But for that mission, they needed a help of a particular drone. Drone पता है ना जो आसमान में उड़ते हैं जिसमें कैमरा लगा होता है, that drone, right? So, but they said कि we want a drone that looks like very natural, so that it is just not very evident कि अरे भाई drone is flying and stuff. So they found a bird-shaped drone. ठीक है? It was in the shape of a bird, eagle के जैसा था. ठीक है? But this was one intern. वो एक normal science student था. He was an intern who was working in DRDO then. वो DRDO में जो है Defense Research and Development Organization, वहाँ पे he was doing this internship. So when the chief of army, he goes there, he really likes the drone that was made by him. And then he says, कि भाई, because this is made by you, I think it will be great if you can also accompany us on the mission and you can help our army people कि भाई आप ये drone उड़ाना और उनको help हो जाएगी. So see, he was also a civilian, right? But he took it as his fundamental duty and he went ahead to defend the country and render national service. You got the idea? So these can be small examples of it. Okay. Chalo. Next, who would like to go? Now, can Siraj, would you want to go, Vita? Can you go and explain fifth one? You're not audible, Siraj. अच्छा चलो कोई बात नहीं. चलो, let's start the cycle again. Bhavika, can you read this and explain to us?
Yes, ma'am. Promote harmony and the spirit of common
Louder, louder.
brotherhood. Okay. Promote harmony and the spirit of common brotherhood amongst all the people of India, transcending religious, linguistic, and regional or sectional diversities, and to renounce practice derogatory to the dignity of women. मैम इसमें बोल रहा है कि हमें हार्मनी प्रमोट करनी चाहिए, हाँ, और उसमें भाईचारा का मतलब भाव रहना चाहिए कि हाँ वही है बेसिकली.
वेरी गुड. ठीक है. और हमें किन फील्ड्स पे कभी कोई डिस्क्रिमिनेशन नहीं करना चाहिए? व्हाट इज इट?
रिलीजन कास्ट एंड ऑल दैट विल कम ना.
वेरी गुड. ठीक है. अच्छा, ये क्या है? मैं आई कैन गिव यू हेल्प. रिनाउंस मीन्स टू गिव अप or to not to do something, and derogatory means something that is उसको मैं indecent कह सकते हैं, या something that is not in favor of somebody's reputation.
To protect dignity of women.
So basically we should give up doing any such practice which is against the dignity of women, है ना? कि भाई कुछ भी आप जैसे छेड़छाड़ कर देते ना, ओए चलती है क्या कर रही है, कहाँ को जाएगी, ठीक है ना, और सीटी बजा देते हैं जो, ठीक है, इस तरह की हरकतें नहीं करनी चाहिए. Got it? So what is it saying in the fifth fundamental duty? That we should promote harmony and the spirit of common brotherhood. Acha. Now can anyone tell me that there was one term in the preamble of India जो लिखा था common brotherhood? किसने दिया आंसर भाई?
चरित्रा.
ओ भाई चरित्रा. क्या बेटा ग्लूकोज में preamble भी लगा लिया साथ में? हाँ? So yes, I was actually going to say that there is one word in the preamble जिसका meaning is common brotherhood, and that word is definitely fraternity. ठीक है? तो बच्चों, fraternity is kind of a legal terminology. In general language, it means brotherhood, भाईचारा. ठीक है? अच्छा, and from where did we take the idea of fraternity? Can anyone tell me that? किसी country से लिया था, किसी वहाँ उस country में भी एक revolution was going on.
France, French Revolution.
Very good. So we took it from the French Revolution, and that was the year of 1789. ठीक है? तो वहां पे this idea of brotherhood was very very popular. India also got inspired from that revolution, and we thought that we should also have brotherhood. All right? जो कहते हैं ना कि all Indians are my brothers and sisters, तब ये कान में बोलता है except प्रिया, except रुचि, है ना, या फिर except राघव. तो ये वही होता है. ठीक है, कि all Indians are my brothers and sisters. ठीक है, वो जो हम प्लेज पढ़ते थे ये उसी के लाइंस पे. And we should not do any practice that is derogatory or that is against the dignity of women. All right? All right. Who would like to go next? Samriddhi, like to go? Sixth.
Value and preserve the rich heritage of the country's composite culture. So it is saying that we should value and we should not, just disrespect, and we should preserve the rich heritage of the country, and also we should preserve the monuments in the country which represent that.
Very good. ठीक है. तो ये तो मुझे लगता है I don't even need to explain anything, that we should just do endeavors, we should make efforts to preserve the rich heritage that we have, monuments that we have, the culture that we have been given in our country. Acha, can you remember any similar DPSP that we read yesterday which was about similar thing? कुछ ऐसा था? हाँ, remember? हाँ, it was in the socialist liberal principle, remember? अच्छा, liberal intellectual, sorry, I said socialist liberal. Yes, liberal intellectual, the third segment हमने पढ़ा. Remember that we should not encroach on the building. तो मैंने एक गंदा सा दिल भी बना के दिखाया था, शैवा लफ्ज भाविका वाला, है ना? ऐसा सब नहीं बनाना है. ये इस टाइप की आशिकी नहीं करनी है बच्चों. ठीक है? आशिकी करो, पिटने वाली आशिकी करो, लेकिन ये खुरचने वाली आशिकी मत करो. ओके? Tip of the day. हाँ जी, who would like to go next? Niharika, would you like to read 7th number and explain to us?
Protect and improve the natural environment, including forests, lakes, rivers, and wildlife, to have compassion for living creatures. मैम, हमारी नेशनल ड्यूटी है, सॉरी फंडामेंटल ड्यूटी है कि वी शुड प्रोटेक्ट आवर एनवायरनमेंट फॉर द कमिंग जनरेशन, सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट और ऐसे स्कीम्स प्रैक्टिसेस हमें टेकअप करना चाहिए, डिफॉरेस्टेशन रुकना चाहिए, फिर वाटर में फालतू की चीजें नहीं डालना चाहिए, all the things we study in our EVS books.
Right, exactly. It's all the things that you studied in your EVS books. ठीक है? अच्छा, now do you remember that there was almost a similar directive principle for this also? You remember animal husbandry? We should not slaughter the animals. We should do it in scientific way. मतलब all the things we should use scientific methods for animal husbandry and everything. So in a way, they're all मतलब on the same lines only. अच्छा, this is one point where I can tell you about this. You remember that we were talking about can the fundamental duties be made enforceable? We know that generally, normally, they are originally not enforceable, है ना? But they can be made enforceable by the act of the parliament. I will now give you an example, बच्चों. When we talk about this fundamental duty to protect the environment, wildlife, nature, and all of these things, we have the Environment Protection Act. इसके बारे में तो I'm pretty sure you must have heard. Have you?
Yes,
कहीं
ma'am.
ना कहीं तो सुना ही होगा, है ना? So there are some provisions of the Environment Protection Act. Now, beta, it is act. It means it came by a proper process of the legislature, है ना? If there is any provision in the Environment Protection Act, and now if you do not follow it, there will be penalty on you. So you understand? So directly, if it was alone, if we only had fundamental duty number 7, कर लो, follow नहीं कर लो, we don't care, है ना? But because of that fundamental duty, a complete act was made. And now if you do not follow it, you will be punished. So now you understand how fundamental duty can be made enforceable. ये process आया समझ में? So that if any like parliament or any state legislature, if it makes a law or an act relating to that fundamental duty, like for example, बच्चों, the first one also to abide by the Indian Constitution to protect the national flag and all of these, we have the a National Flag Act, something like that also. So you cannot disrespect the flag. You cannot do this. So now you understand that any fundamental duty can be made enforceable if it is backed up or it is given under any particular act of the parliament or act of any state legislature. 8th, Charitra, can you go ahead and explain 8?
Develop scientific temper and humanism and the spirit of inquiry and reform.
क्या हो सकता है इसका मीनिंग?
इतना अच्छे से तो नहीं पता, बट साइंटिफिक टेम्पर यानी कोई साइंटिफिक खोज जो इंडिया से रिलेटेड हो, जो यूजफुल हो इन फ्यूचर, एंड ह्यूमनिज्म मीन्स वही ह्यूमैनिटी.
नहीं, ठीक है, it's correct. Okay. So basically, it is that we should do more endeavors in the field of education. And education का मतलब अब ये नहीं है कि जाके सिर्फ भूत प्रेत साइंस पढ़ लो, बैठ के विद्या पढ़ लो. You should be more scientific in your character, है ना? We should understand the reasoning behind things. तभी अच्छा, why do you think बच्चों that the government spends lakhs and crores on ISRO, है ना? DRDO पे, ISRO पे, हमारी missiles पे, on our fighter planes, jets, we spend crores every year, है ना? Why do you think we would do that? चलो ठीक है, you can say कि भाई with the good tanks, with good fighter jets, we are more secure as a nation, है ना? अपने डिफेंस में काम आएगा. But if I am able to find water on moon, मेरा क्या फायदा है भाई? मेरे को तो तब भी यही का पानी पीना है जो मेरे को आरओ पे मिल रहा है ना? Why should I spend crores to find? हाँ, बताना निहारिका क्यों? एक मिनट ना वीडियो रोक के बोलना.
हम ग्लोबल रिकॉग्निशन मिलता है and in country.
Yes. So आप कई लोग कहते हैं ना, इंडिया इज अ लैंड ऑफ स्नेक चार्मर्स, यहाँ पे बस सपेरे रहते हैं और हम सांप को घुमाते रहते हैं. That is not the thing. Because when you are scientific, you are at par with so many power nations of the world, and you can discuss anything with more logic. You understand? So that is why we are saying that we should develop in the field of education, and especially in the fields of humanism, यानी जो इतने भी जैसे हमारे human science है, political science है, all of these things that help us understand the society better. Scientific courses जो हैं, so we should be more, intrigued by these courses. ठीक है? Then 9th, who would like to go and tell 9th? Samriddhi, would you like to go?
Safeguard public property and to ensure violence. That we should not, just do graffiti on the public property.
Very good. So you must have seen that kabhi when there are riots, dange wange hote hain, very conveniently we go and we burn the buses, है ना? We break the railway tracks. we break the parks, so many, statues. So what are we doing? We are breaking, and we are actually, causing violence, and we are causing problem to the public property. So because this public property is for us only to use, but not to cause violence. So this fundamental duty says that we should keep them safe, we should keep the public property safe, and we should stop from doing any kind of violence. Okay. Now, fundamental duty number 10. Bhavika, would you like to read?
Strive towards excellence in all spheres of individual and collective activities so that the nation consistently rise to higher levels of
Achievement,
endeavor
endeavor and achievement.
achievements. This is trying to say that we should try to excellence in every part of word
Life.
कोई भी चीज में मतलब हमें एक्सेल करना चाहिए, मतलब एक्सलेंस के लिए करना चाहिए, तो हम हमारा नेशन को रिप्रेजेंट कर सके बेसिकली.
वेरी गुड, वेरी गुड.
लाइक
फॉर एग्जाम्पल, अभी कौन से ओलंपिक्स चल रहे हैं बच्चों?
24
Paris
Paris
Olympics चल रहे हैं.
Paris Olympics, sorry,
Paris Olympics. So if we will not pay attention not to our individual excellence, like let's say I'm very good at swimming, हालांकि आती नहीं है मुझे swimming, but let's take an example. ठीक है, I'm very good at swimming. So if I'm good enough, I should work on myself so that we can have higher levels of achievement and endeavor, मतलब efforts and achievement, so that we can actually be a good asset for the nation. You understand this? So, people can say कि भाई people from India are very good at sports, or people from India are very good at chess. है ना? So we should be doing these endeavors. And lastly, यही था जिससे आज भाविका की कमाई हुई है 51 रुपए की, which is the 11th fundamental duty, which was added
Right
to the
to
87th. क्या भाविका?
Right to education.
अच्छा, हाँ, yes. So this was the right to education. This was the right, and the corresponding duty for this right was this. ठीक है? So because it is the right of every children in the age group of 6 to 14 to study, to get education, it will be the duty of his parent or his ward, मतलब whoever is taking care of him, to educate that child in this age bracket. So देखो simply what is it saying? Provide opportunities for education to his child or ward between the age of 6 and 14 years. देखो बच्चों, can anyone tell me the difference by child or ward? दो words use किए हैं. What is the difference between child or ward? हाँ निहारिका.
Mom, local guardians and all के लिए.
हाँ, मतलब local guardian से भी ज्यादा it can be. Somebody you want to tell?
The question.
हाँ, let's see what is it written. Provide opportunities for education to his child or ward. So why these two terms are used? What is the difference between child and ward?
Ward, I guess, is used in the schools. Like teachers say, no, I guess.
हाँ, in a way that can also be said. Yes, भाविका, तुम भी बताओ.
और ward can be a disabled child, और जिसका guardian है वैसे, और
हाँ,
जो incapable है जो करने से.
So basically ऐसा the main word is, भाविका तुम भी बताओ. The main word is guardian actually. I'll tell you.
Ma'am, I think child is for his own child and ward is for the guardian.
Yes, exactly.
If someone is an orphanage and they don't have parents,
हाँ, very good, very good. Now you came to the right one. कि child will be one's own biological child or even an adopted child, है ना? क्योंकि adopted होगा तो वो उसी status में आ जाता है अपने child के status में. But ward can be, let's take an example that there is a kid who is an orphan. ठीक है, उसके biological parents कोई नहीं है और उसको adopt भी नहीं किया, has not even been adopted. In that situation, the person who is taking care of this child will be called as the guardian, and this child will actually be, in legal bhasha, will be called as the ward. Understood? So बस इसको
But ma'am,
differentiate
then why हमारे स्कूल में हमने तो हमेशा ward करके my ward, your ward, Niharika Jaiswal got phone, whatever bullshit. They always
so
write.
they actually beta try to use a very, like, see, जो word का जो scope है ना, it's wider, always wider. Okay, so see, they do not know that maybe you are living with your chacha chachi over here, getting, but your almanac will be seen, your diary, मतलब जो note है वो तो घर पे जो भी senior होगा वो देखेगा, right? So ward is a more common word. Always remember that. Every child is a ward, but every ward is not a child. Now you get it? That's why they use a very common thing. कि let's say कि भाई मैं अपने दादा दादी के साथ यहाँ पे रहती हूँ, so I will be a ward to them. वैसे तो मतलब Indian system के हिसाब से तो मैं उनके child से भी बढ़कर हूँ, but technically I will be a ward to them. ठीक है? तो school में हमेशा they will use a language of ward. That your ward is very बदतमीज, कम, जैसे मेरे मेरे मैं बहुत नोट्स लेके आई हूँ अपनी डायरी में बेटा, बहुत, ठीक है। और नोट्स जब काम करने बंद कर दिए थे, सो माय प्रिंसिपल स्टार्टेड कॉलिंग माय फादर डायरेक्टली। तब लेकिन वो बेटी बोलता था, वार्ड नहीं बोलता था कि आपकी बेटी ने मेरा जीना हराम कर दिया, आप आइए। And my father
उस
was-
टाइम तो वो ट्रॉमेटिक, वो हैंडबुक्स कैलेंडर्स देख के बहुत मजा आता है कि भाई कितने सारे नोट्स है देखो।
I know, मतलब हमारे तो पता है। अच्छा चलो, any which way, I'll just tell you this instance. This is the end of today's class, everyone. Any confusion in fundamental duties? Any problem?
सो आई होप कि आपको ये क्लास अच्छी लगी एंड आपको यहाँ समझ भी आया होगा। दिस वॉज द एंड ऑफ दिस क्लास, बट इसके बाद और भी क्लासेस हैं इसी सब्जेक्ट की, तो आप उन्हें ज़रूर देखना। ये बैक टू बैक एक प्लेलिस्ट में लिस्टेड है, सो मिस मत करना। एक भी क्लास मिस करोगे तो अगली आपको समझ में नहीं आएगी। ओके, सो डू वॉच द नेक्स्ट क्लास एंड स्टे ट्यून्ड विद द चैनल इफ यू वांट टू कवर entire CLAT syllabus with us in this video lecture series. Stay tuned. See you there.